Being able to sow the first seeds of the season is very exciting, but this can soon turn to disappointment when seedlings become leggy and weak, a sure sign that they're not receiving enough light. Providing strong light levels with grow lights results in stronger growth and enables you to start seedlings earlier indoors. Seeds are wonderful. They contain all the necessary food and genetic information to make an entire plant and to sustain it through the first few precious weeks of life. All you need to do is to add 3 vital ingredients to the process. Oxygen, in the air we breathe. Water, which you'll provide, adding it to the growing medium, taking care to not let it dry out. And the right temperature, which depends on the plants that you're trying to grow. Crops that are commonly grown indoors, such as tomatoes, peppers and chilies, require temperatures in the mid-60s Fahrenheit, 15 to 20 degrees Celsius.
Once the first leaves have emerged, there is a 4th vital ingredient required for healthy plants: light. If you've ever grown seeds on a not-so-sunny windowsill or too early in the season, you'll know that without adequate light, seedlings grow to be tall and spindly and will sometimes flop over. Not a healthy start for your precious plants. In many areas, the winter sun is too low in the sky and too weak to provide enough natural light. This is where grow lights give you a head start, providing sufficient light for the first few early weeks until sunlight strengthens and the day length is long enough in the spring. They provide light from directly above, which promotes strong upright growth, unlike that from a windowsill, which is from the side. There are many different grow light products on the market. The most common types use full spectrum fluorescent strip lights, such as these with a reflector at the top. A base tray at the bottom holds the seed trays, and some models are fitted with a capillary matting system, which ensures your trays are kept moist. The easiest grow lights to use are either suspended from chains or have side support so the lights can be moved up and down easily as the seedlings grow. This ensures the plants get the maximum levels of light, as well as making it easier to water them. You don't need to use the more expensive, intense lighting systems that hydroponic growers use, because vegetable and herb seedlings live indoors for only a few short weeks, and standard grow lights are ample for their needs. Some crops, particularly root, tuber or bulb crops, should not be started indoors because they don't transplant well. Avoid sowing beets, radishes and carrots indoors for this reason. Most leafy greens are cool season crops and do quite well outside even in the cold, so it's usually not worth taking up valuable space under grow lights for lettuces, spinach and chards. Vegetables you are going to plant in large numbers should wait until they can be sown directly into the ground, so wait until the conditions outdoors are right for corn, peas and beans. If you're worried about your short growing season for crops like corn, look for varieties that have short days to maturity period, or start them off in a cold frame or greenhouse, as light will be stronger by the time these need starting. This leaves crops such as tomatoes and peppers, chilies, broccoli, cauliflower, melons and squashes, which can all be started indoors successfully. Many of these require a long growing season before harvest, so starting them under grow lights will give you a head start. Squashes and melons are fast growers, so they usually make up the second batch of seedlings raised using grow lights.
Follow these easy steps to get the most out of your grow lights.
First, position your grow lights in a warm place indoors, away from drafts. You don't need to place them by a window, as the lights will provide all the light seedlings will need, and windows often produce cold drafts. Rooms with boilers, heaters or stoves in them are good choices, and you can check the temperature is sufficient for germination using a thermometer. Check the indoor planting times in our garden planner, which will be specific to the area in which you live. There's not much point in starting some seeds too soon, as though they will germinate indoors, the conditions they require outside will be too far away for them to grow well. Sow seeds in trays that will fit well under your grow lights. You don't want any wasted space. Select a high quality seed or potting soil and sow them according to the instructions. You should plant most seeds at a depth of 2 to 3 times their size. Firm down, water well and place under your grow lights. Adjust the lights so they are 2 to 4 inches, 4 to 10 centimeters from the top of the soil. With many grow lights, this provides an additional gentle warming effect, but providing the room is at the right temperature for germination, you could leave the light switched off until the first shoots appear. Plug your grow lights into a timer and set to provide 16 hours of continuous light, or switch them off when you go to bed and on when you wake up. Check on the seedlings daily, making sure the soil is moist but not wet. Because the light tends to dry out the soil, you'll need to gently water them whenever it gets too dry. Raise the lights as the seedlings grow, aiming to maintain the 2 to 4 inch gap so that the leaves aren't scorched by the light. After several weeks, your baby plants will be ready for transplanting. It's important to remember that tender plants raised inside will need to be introduced to outside conditions gradually to avoid a sudden temperature shock or damage from wind. So harden them off by gradually introducing them to outside temperatures for increasing numbers of hours each day over a period of a week or more. Remember to keep a few back in case a sudden late frost strikes and you need replacements.
If you regularly suffered from weak seedlings, or if your area has low light in late winter and early spring, grow lights are the solution. By giving seedlings the strong light they need to develop into healthy plants, you'll get a head start on your growing season.